Another 300% pump captured. That's right, we weren't done running for the Zebec network, the ticker ZBCN, up over 300% since I've made my entry. And shout out to some of you guys in the community that put me onto this coin. I know you guys are up even more. So in this update, we're going to make it quick, focused on our markets, XRP, Zebec, and a couple other projects that I'm bullish on. Make sure you guys stay tuned for this one. You're not going to want to miss it. Now, we also just wrapped up a Discord weekly call. That's going to be recorded and available for our Patreon and Discord members. If you guys want to check out that, I have all of my current trades that I'm now in, what I see for this market over the next week, and how I am positioning myself with a little Bitcoin short, a little XRP long, and then a couple other plays that we're in as well. So that's going to be available for you guys over at my website, zachrector.com. Now, getting started here, we have ETF flows around 1.9 thousand Bitcoin and 22,000 ETH were bought on May 23rd yesterday to finish off the week on our ETF inflows. So 211.74 million in net inflows for Bitcoin and 58.63 million in net inflows for Ethereum. Now, when you bring this back to XRP, right, we've shown you guys in the past how inflows of 20 to 50 million in XRP have led to XRP's market cap growing by upwards of 10 to 50 billion at times. I mean, the day that Trump tweeted out that XRP was going to be in the reserve, XRP pumped and the market cap grew by 44 billion, but the inflows were less than 100 million. Well, now we're going to see inflows from the ETF start to pick up as soon as those spot ETFs go live later this year. Right now, Bitcoin and Ethereum have an advantage where institutions can get exposure through the ETFs. It's not here yet for XRP, but it's definitely on the way. And so this clip right here, Crypto in 1 minute, with Brad Garnhouse speaking to the ETFs.
1 minute on why are people excited about crypto ETFs. I think there's two main factors going on here. One is, for the longest time, institutional investors primarily trading on Wall Street, really haven't been able to access crypto directly. Their options were to either self-custody, onboard with an exchange, and some people don't like centralized exchanges for a whole host of reasons. So this was really the first time you had institutions be able to go on Wall Street and trade directly in crypto. This is an unlock for a couple reasons. For capital that couldn't come in, whether it's an endowment, whether it's a pension fund, even mutual funds that didn't or couldn't access crypto, now they can. The second thing is, it really is institutionalizing the entire industry of crypto. I think it should be no surprise that the Bitcoin ETF was the fastest ETF ever to get to $1 billion in assets. I think it passed 10 billion in assets faster than anyone as well. And today is, I think, will eventually close in on the gold ETF, and that's in 1 minute.
All right. Now, if that did get clipped out, it's because there's copyright on the music that Ripple's working on their crypto in 1 minute updates. I wish that Ripple didn't use in a lot of their videos that they drop, they use a soundtrack in the background. And usually I do get hit for copyright on that. So hopefully it didn't, and you're able to listen to that 1 minute update from Brad Garnhouse. But basically the point being, this is the institutionalization of our industry. Access to these products that wasn't available before. It's now on the way for XRP and some of these other smaller altcoins that we hold. Think of XLM, HBAR, even Zebec. I'm going to talk about Zebec here in a second, right? You get some ETF products that include these types of digital assets. It's not going to take much in inflows to see them grow substantially. And we've been tracking this. I shared that there's already over 60 billion of inflows into the crypto ETF since they went live in January of 24 last year. And most of that's into Bitcoin. And we anticipate that the XRP ETFs, we're going to see more inflows than the Ethereum ETF inflows. I actually think it's going to surpass it with ease. And so when we're talking about, JP Morgan says 4 to 8 billion of inflows into XRP, I think that's very conservative. I think that you could easily see over 10 billion of inflows into the XRP ETFs year one. I mean, we're talking about substantial price increase for XRP and any other assets that get these products live and can get attention and inflows from these institutions. Now, continuing on, XRP Ledger Commons gives us the update here on real estate tokenization in Dubai, with the Dubai government issuing digital assets directly on the XRP Ledger blockchain through a local issuer, cutting transaction fees by 50%. This enables secure on-chain ownership and demonstrates the XRP Ledger's ability to support efficient, transparent, and cost-effective government asset issuance. It stands as a compelling real-world use case of XRP Ledger technology in the public sector, showcasing how blockchain can streamline processes and reduce costs for institutions and individuals alike. So this is the government of Dubai that is tokenizing real estate on the XRP Ledger. This follows up, and I titled my live show on Thursday night, Institutional Issuers Arrive on the XRP Ledger, right? And we were talking about the Braza Group, which has issued a US dollar-backed stablecoin and a Brazilian real stablecoin on the XRP Ledger. On the same day, we got the announcement that Schumann Financial, I think Sherman Financial, issued a EuroPeg stablecoin on the XRP Ledger. Now we have the government of Dubai tokenizing real estate on the XRP Ledger. So this is the same ledger that we literally have degens launching meme coins on, is the same ledger that we now have governments and institutional issuers issuing real world assets on as well. What does it mean for XRP? More XRP being locked up, more XRP being burned, and more liquidity within our ecosystem. XRP being the neutral bridge asset between all of these real world assets or memes. You want a bridge between the two? What do you need? XRP. And no, none of the stablecoins replace XRP. Anybody suggesting anything like that has no idea what they're talking about, because these are not flows of liquidity where a bridge currency is necessary, right? You're talking about stablecoin flows within, domestic payment rails that otherwise wouldn't need to be on blockchain at all. But now they're being brought to blockchain, and they're being brought to the XRP Ledger because we have ROUSD, a US dollar derivative from a legitimate issuer on the XRP Ledger. And of course, that's Ripple. Much more of that on the way. With John Wingett, who is the CEO of Bank Social, says that he just had a meeting with the Ripple team. A great meeting. Maybe the greatest meeting in the history of international settlements. Hedera and HBAR are still a huge part of the strategy, and now so is XRP. You're not thinking big enough. Think big. Then put a 1,000, or I don't even know what that is, put a billion X on it. Think bigger. Okay, I don't know what this is about. I just thought it was very interesting. But speaking of institutional use cases, I already broke down Zebec last month in April. I gave you a first look at it. I gave you a deep dive on it. And I said it's real utility based in America. Is it a long-term hold for me? Not yet. I need to see that they actually get more traction and adoption. The market that they're addressing is big. You can check off that box. They're based in America. You can check off that box. The only red flag that I had when I looked at Zebec was the tokenomics and the amount of inflation. The new tokens coming into supply between now and March of 2026 is pretty substantial. The total supply will end up being 94 billion, but 20 billion of that gets unlocked between now and March of 2026. Now there's, certain lockup periods and stipulations around that. So we haven't seen the token unlocks, at least since the past couple months that I've been in Zebec, we haven't seen those token unlocks really impact price at all. So it seems that they're able to handle that inflation right now. And Zebec has just been going on a massive run. This thing has motion. This thing has moved up over 300% since I bought in, and it is now approaching 0.004, nearly half a penny for Zebec. If I get you a fresh measurement while I record this update, I'm up 338% on this one. And like I said, shout out to you guys in the community that put me onto this ticker. Many of you guys are probably up by even more. Absolutely love to see it. And I got targets that even extend up higher for Zebec. When I pull that fib and I see where this thing could go, I still think my target says, I shared in my deep dive, half a penny to a penny for Zebec. I think it's easily done, this bull run. And this thing, the candle here on this day, massive. Absolutely love to see it. That's a big one for Zebec. Looking great. Now, I also just made another move on DEG. I nearly tripled up my position on DEG this week. You can see after clearing out the lows, building back up here, now above 5 cents. And I have targets for DEG all the way back up to its previous all-time high, which was 46 cents. If you go back up to that level, you're talking about 800% for DEG. So just a massive, massive opportunity here on the DEG. Take a look. I got to zoom way out for this one. That's just back up to the previous all-time high. And if you look at it from a market cap standpoint, in August of 2021, it was up over $1 billion market cap. Right now, it's only at 140, 160 million. So I think that on this one, you easily have a 5 to 10x play. So very excited to see DEG back above 5 cents and starting to pick up some momentum there. But to finish off, let's take a look at XRP, okay? Let me adjust this chart real quick. And let's get in here on our XRP chart. Back up to 235 right now. Back test of 230 yesterday after Trump said 50% tariffs on the EU, 25% on the iPhones. The market took a little dump back down here to 230. But I told you guys, everybody's front running that move to 220, which is why we've held support here above 228, 230. We've hit it a few times now. And so I'm expecting XRP to pop back up into my purple box between 250, 270. And I'm expecting that to happen before the end of the month. This right here, Tuesday, May 27th, is actually the start of the Bitcoin conference, and that's also going to be a new moon. And that's why I'm expecting XRP to move back up, follow Bitcoin, and I'll be looking to take profit on my XRP futures contract if we get back up into that level. Okay, now for Bitcoin, it's back above 109 right now. I'm looking to enter a Bitcoin short. My target's set right up here, and the reason being is because typically we see into the Bitcoin conference, we get these rallies and then we get these sell-offs. Last year, it was a 30% crash after the Bitcoin conference from 70,000 down 30%. And so I don't know if we'll see that again. That'd probably be a little bit dramatic, but I do think that we will get a pullback. I'm going to be looking to short it. There's over 4 billion of shorts that get liquidated if Bitcoin goes to 120,000. And so I'm going to be very careful here to watch that, but I'll be breaking that down. I already did in my Discord weekly call. And I'm going to be updating the Discord in real time as we proceed through this next week. And I look to enter that trade while also keeping some liquidity on the sidelines in case I need to double down, right? I'll enter that Bitcoin short just shy of 113,000. But if Bitcoin goes up to 115, 120, I still have more cash on the sidelines so I can just double down. I will be going short. I know some people don't like to hear that, but it makes me feel good. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside to be short Bitcoin. I don't know why. Maybe I'm sick and deranged, but it's called hedging. And so that's how I see this market playing out over the next week in, quick note on that. And you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. What I love to see, though, is that our community's winning. While we're waiting for XRP to go, while we're waiting on some of our other altcoins to perform, we're still finding momentum plays. Zebec on an absolute tear. I'm up 300% right now. You guys let me know in the comments down below. How much are you up on Zebec? What are your targets? Are you taking profit? Are you holding? What's the play here on Zebec? I'm interested to read your comments and see what you guys have to say. I hope everybody has a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. I will see you guys again tomorrow. God bless all of you guys on the way out. If you could like this video, I'd greatly appreciate that. And I will see a lot of you guys in Vegas next week. I cannot wait. God bless and take care. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.